God gave me the keys, so I'm logging in.
Hey,
Had
yo.
to get off TikTok, watch how I be
Happy
clocking
Friday.
in. Got the Holy Spirit on the stage when I was
Let's
walking
get
in.
it.
If you got a problem with me, you gon' have to
Fíjalo,
talk to
fíjalo,
him.
fíjalo.
Big facts. This little heaven off a big stack. So that Range Rover deuces, I don't miss that. Had to get on my excuses on a diss track. I'll be walking where the truth is. Ain't no zigzag, no more. Tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get up high is if you get down low. Ayy, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around to see how hard it drop, 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 just kill the beat. It's a whole song about humility. I stay clear where the ceilings see, cause I know that's where many other villains be. Me and my fam try to keep a low profile. Head stay straight, don't worry about a profile. Can't burn out when you keep it on the low dial. They say no, wait, now they saying oh wow. No more over, tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get up high is if you get down low, ayy. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I got
Hey, yo. Hey, hey, hey.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
What's
How you
poppin'?
start is how you finish.
Where my boy Angelo at?
We stand on
Business.
just to catch up, you gon' need a village. Okay, we got no limits.
All right.
We got no limits, yeah, I put on my J's, you already know the dealer. But this ain't a game, this is life, this is a killer. He'll try to trap your soul, I ain't talking Bryson Tiller. But really he's a dog, standing next to a gorilla. My ability to go grill a beat is from Elohim.
All right, welcome in. Welcome in, let's get it. Oh no. Clubhouse. Oh no. Oh no. Hop on the stage and I'm ready for
oh, I'm not the same person I was before.
All right, let's get it. How y'all feeling? Welcome in. I'm 80, maybe 90, 100.
How you start is how you finish.
Where my boy Betts at? Where my boy Betts at? DJ Scratches. What's poppin', everyone? Welcome in. No limits. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Friday. Let's do our thing here. I put up my How's everyone doing? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's doing good. What's poppin'? What up, YouTube? How we feeling? Z Gamer in the house. What up, Z Gamer? What up, Sim Z? Ronnie's in the building. What up, Luffy? DJ Scratches in the house. Snuffles. Snuffles. I like that. What up, Snuffles? Yeah. 3 ants in the building. What's goody? Louis G is in the house. What up, Louis G? Where the mods at, man? Where the mod squad? Yogi in the house. Clubhouse got motion here. What up, Sandman? Yo, Clubhouse. Sorry, man. Sorry about the music. What's poppin', everyone? What's goody? Let me just bring this over here. DeMarco in the building. What's good? What's good? Oh my, I can't even read. I can't even read it. I can't even read it. Yanosh in the building. Chat, try and read this. Just try and call out some names. AB Mike is in the house. Let me try. I'll focus. Wokie's here. Shubs is in the house. Connor FX is here. It's Plan G. Sunboy, I see Sunboy. I see Futures Lore in the building. I see, oh my God, Issam's in the building. What up, Issam? What up, Eric P? OGH in the house. The Captain is here. What up, Captain? What up, Q? I see you, Q. I see you. Holy smokeroonies. Oh my God. Louis G's in both. He's everywhere, this guy. This guy's everywhere. Holy smokes. All right. What up, Curtis? How you guys doing? Daniel's in the building. What up, Daniel? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Kunal's in the house. What up, Kunal? All right. You guys are making me you're making me tired. I might fall over. Holy, making me dizzy. All right, Only Bands. Shout out to Only Bands. First one in the building today. First one in the building. All right, I think we're good. Let me lock in over here. Let's get organized. Let me grab some tools so we can do some drawing, and I think we're ready to roll. Yeah. Boom. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Yeah, let me just close this door and let's run it. All right. Okay, cool. How's everyone doing? Good to see you guys. Welcome in. Yeah, it's been a couple hours seeing you guys last in London, but everyone else, good to see y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's go ahead and pray, and then we'll start our day here. Y'all ready? Let's do it. All right, well, Father in heaven, Lord, we thank you for just another day, Lord. Let us be glad in it, Lord. Let us rejoice in it. We thank you for all that you're doing, Lord, for just speaking so clearly right now, telling us that, Lord, this is just the beginning. We thank you for it. We thank you that we haven't even cracked the surface yet. We haven't even begun to do the work that you've called us to do, Lord. We're just getting prepared for it. More people are starting to wake up. More people are starting to lock in and line up, Lord, and I just thank you for it. I give you the glory for it. We know that it's a gift from above. So we thank you for blessing our group, for blessing our team. And Lord, we just give you all the glory. We ask that you would go before us today and bless our path, Lord. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Just the beginning. Hope you guys know that. You know what I mean? It's like, and it makes total sense. It makes total sense. You know why God is like, hey, listen, we're just getting started. Because look at the army of individuals that you now see, right? Coming on, changing their mentality, changing their mindset, starting to make money, starting to make a lot of money, right? And when good people get money, man, the world starts to change. You know, someone messaged me, almost made me cry. He said, you know what? God made the right guy rich. I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? Because that's what I want to see. I want to see more of the right people getting rich, and I know that there's a lot of really good quality people and the right people right here in these sessions that we show up to, and I'm just excited to see what God's going to do in your life and how this is just going to paint the overall picture. So looking forward to it, and it's already happening. So embrace it and just glorify the Lord for it. It's just a beautiful testimony of faith and belief and just steadfastness, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get started. George VDM in the house. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Let's go ahead and do this here. Today is Friday. It is the 11th day of July. Let me just lower this a smidge. And it's another day for us to just chase greatness, man. That's all. Wake up and be the best you can. Make good decisions here today. Decisions that our future self will thank us for. And let's see if we can walk away with a W, you know, end the week strong and go into the weekend here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the technicals. We don't have any news coming out today, so nothing to really be on the lookout for. But let's go ahead and dive into this. If you guys can, give the stream a like for me. That would be the time. And sub to the channel. Yeah, let's do this breakdown. Excuse me, guys. Hey, what up, Nigel? Okay, y'all ready? Let's do it. What's up, Tony? Good to see you, man. All right, let's do this breakdown here. So this is gold. This is the daily time frame, and it looks like we're just pushing. We're just pushing bullish. We have no lower wick on this candle yet, so pretty interesting. We've come into this resistance level. We haven't really rejected. You know, we've rejected here, you know, many times before, but gold's just continuing to push up now. So pretty interesting to see what's happening there. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. I mean, look at this. Just 1, 2, 3, 6 4-hour candles here. 6 4-hour candles in a row. We have a bit of a range sitting right here, right? And it looks like we did close above, but again, no lower wicks on like any of these candles. So it gets very difficult, excuse me, when you got candles just literally pushing up, right, with no pullbacks. It's just a massive rally day here. So it looks like we did get some consolidation on the 1 hour. We started to break out. We started to move up. We're filling the rest of the range here now. Let's see what the 30-minute looks like. 30 is just, yeah, everything's just not the hottest, right? Not the hottest looking. Let's mark off our resistance like right here. And actually, let's move it to this one. Yeah, this is probably the main resistance here. So we still got a little bit of room. We got distance. We don't have a lower wick here, though. So I think if we can get a lower wick or a 15-minute closure above, then price looks pretty good to continue moving up here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put this level right here and say, hey, look, if we can close back above now on the 15, then there's a high chance that we continue moving up in this 60 65 pip range, and I would be open to taking the buys there. So higher time frames still have a little bit of room to keep going. We'll see if we can get that push out of NY open here, but yeah, no lower wick and resistance. So yeah, fresh 15 closure would do it for me. So we'll see what we can get. We got 12 minutes and we'll go from there. Cool. Any guys in positions or have taken any positions? I haven't taken anything. Nothing. Janosh, how we feeling? No trades. Yeah, I haven't seen anything good all day. Even in London. We were looking for this move. Where was it? Right here. So during London sesh, we were looking at sells. We were trying to catch sells up here, looking at that candle for a potential confirmation candle. It closed a little lower than I wanted it to, but if we would have had a top wick here, we would have been in this position right there, but never got the top wick. This candle just started driving down like super fast, and that was pretty much it. Yeah. Next one was here. Yeah, so we this move happened. We came back up. We said, okay, no problem, right? If we can get a support, then we could look to take a buy, right? And we did get that support, but we got no lower wick and price just ripped up. So this is one of those 24 hours here. But we'll see if New York session can throw something nice at us. Never broke the high. Wow. Just wait on it. London open buys. What time? What time frame? So did you guys take the trade with no lower wick? Is that how you got in? Right here. 100 pips. 100 pips. Is that what you guys did? Took a buy with no lower wick? No trades? Yeah, no trades for me. Took 345, move up. Let's take a look at 345. 345, this one. Yeah, no lower wicks. I wouldn't have been in any of those. Nothing for me. He almost did it. He almost did. Q almost pulled it. Yeah, what up, Kill Shot? Bitcoin longs, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We'll take them. We'll take them. We'll take the Bitcoin longs. What up, Philip? Traders next door in the house. What's goody? What's goody? Let's see who we got in Zoom today. What up, OGH? AB Mike? DJ Scratches? What up, Wayne? What up, Daniel? How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. All right, let's take a look at NQ here as well today, and let's see what's popping off on this pair. So we're finally, my goodness, we're finally starting to get a little bit of a push down, but look, rejecting support already, right? So 4 hour also is rejecting. Oh, let me see. What happened? Where'd NQ go? Did you guys get an email from Project X yesterday? Or Top Step? Okay, cool. So yeah, the support's been hit on the daily. 4 hours starting to move up. 1 hour is looking actually pretty clean here to move up as well. You got a closure above. Let's see, 30-minute looks decent. Yeah. Yeah, this all looks pretty good on NQ. '30's okay. 1 hour and 15 look a little bit better. So yeah, I think the longs are not bad out of that rejection. All right, we'll see what Goldie wants to do here at 59. What up, Grandi? Griselle, what's going on? What's going on? Good to have you and your husband this past weekend. Finally, well, not finally, but everyone is officially out of my home. They're all gone. Magnus packed them. We packed them up. He took his axes and his swords and he dipped. Back to Denmark he goes. He's gone. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure having everyone, man. It was like solid week. Solid week. All right, 1 hour coming back down here, so we'll see if we get a lower wick or. Pay the fee. What up, Nightbot? Nightbot's in the house. The Viking is out. Yeah, he's out. Uh-huh. Got the whole house back. Got the whole house back. We've had people in our home since last Wednesday. And it's Friday. YOLO trader making a statement here. What's poppin', brother? How you doing? You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here, man. It's been a whole damn week and a half. Done ran me through like 5 cases of excess. See, I'm all a little salty still about the excess. I'm telling you, that's going to be tough. That's going to be a tough one to move on from. I used to think Nightbot was a person. Nightbot. What up, Solo Trader? We got YOLO Trader and then we got Solo Trader. What's up, Solo Trader? I am doing a little bit of both. I'm trading live capital of my own, and then I'm also trading funded as well. Yo, they raided the excess, bro. They raided Jamil. You could tell. You could tell I'm salty. You know what I mean? I don't stop talking about it. It's like it just keeps coming back. Aaron ain't never gonna be able to live that one down. Hey, at least it makes it makes for a good memory between me and Aaron, you know? If new zones are created, then I will use those new zones, right? So like let's say, for instance, let's say price starts to move up and price moves up here, and all of a sudden we start doing this, right? We go all the way up, come up, and then now all of a sudden we start to range, right? So all of a sudden we start to range, we start to consolidate. I will now adjust my zones so they will no longer be, let's say currently they're sitting right here. Boom, boom. right? So, but once a new range is formed, then I will now mark off that resistance at times, and then I will start to mark if a new consolidation forms, then I will just adjust it. Yeah, so I'll just go boom, get rid of that one, and make a new range, and go from there. So a lot of times too, I basically won't create that resistance anymore. If we're in a bullish trend, I will just leave it. I'll focus on the new support, and then I'll just look to take a buy. So that's actually helped me a lot this year. I'll just take a buy. So I won't even worry about that new resistance, because in my eyes, I'm looking at it like a break, retest, and continue moving up. And the reason I say that is because there was times in years, like in the last couple of years, where I would let that new range form, and even if we were bullish and we were trending bullish, I would still keep that, I would still put that zone there. But what happened was I would miss out on a lot of really good opportunities like that one right there, waiting for a new closure. And I just eventually caught on to it, noticed that it happened, and I asked myself, why is it happening? And I just said, you know what, we're in a trend, Nick. You know what I mean? We're in a trend. It's not going to need to break through another resistance. This is just a new high, right? So you got a high, a little low, and then coming up to make the new one. So a lot of times if we're in the trend and we're rolling with the trend, I won't pay any attention to that newer resistance that was formed, and I'll just look out for the support and take the buys off of that, But if it gets really choppy and all that, where it's like, just nasty price action, it's like stuff like this, then yeah, I will look to eventually, if I see that we keep rejecting and stuff, I'll look to just mark that zone off now and wait for a closure. Yeah, so if it gets too messy like that, right, then yeah, we're going to have to put a range there. Boom. Does that make sense? Because now once you get into all this, all these candles ranging, you're no longer in a trending market now, right? So now you're in a ranging, you're in a consolidating market. So anytime we're in a consolidating market, what I'm typically looking for is a breakout, right? A breakout. But if we're in a ranging market like this, then all I need is an onion play, right? All I'm looking for is a new support, boom, to take the buys back up. New support, right? Wait for it to come down, new support, take the buy back up. So you got to know which market you're in, and the candlesticks will tell you everything you need to know. Yeah, like for instance, right now, what would you say we're looking for now? So by the price action you see here, would you say we're in a trending market, a ranging market, and should we look for breakouts or onions currently with what we're working with right now? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let's bring the clubhouse over here. Let's see, range trading. Yep, range. Breakouts. Yep, perfect. Exactly. Breakouts, fake outs, anything like that. Yep. So this is where you don't want to take an onion necessarily. So like I see that we have a little onion here, right? But what we do have is consolidation, right? So we really don't want to take it when it looks like this. So this is where we want to wait for that breakout, because yeah, you might be able to get a couple pips out of this move, but a lot of times this support zone is going to stop that from continuing down, right? So sometimes that's just not worth it to me. Like if this range is like 50, 60, 70 pips, okay, that's different. But if it's just a 25 to 45 pip range, then it's really not that worth it, because it could also reject at any point as well. So yeah, 50. Yup. See how we close with no lower wick now? So now we'll probably get a little push down and then a point right back up into this ranging market. Or I should say this ranging market condition. There you go. It's in the cage. It's a wild beast just trying to break out. So we got a range here now. So this is all we need. This will pay, basically this right here will keep us safe today. So if we stay out of the range, wait for a breakout here in the higher time frame direction, we will most likely get a winning trade. And that's about as complicated as I make it, as you guys have seen. You know, I really don't complicate this thing. Just try and keep it simple, wait for familiar price action, clean traffic, and then it's go time. Yeah, I'm really hoping the sells work out today. I don't want to take buys. I just don't, right? It's just like 4 hour no wick, daily just moving, right, to who knows where. Yeah, I want to see if these sells will kind of roll, you know, kind of just roll right into our lap here. But hey, I'll tell you one thing. If we can get a nice bullish closure here, right, 1 or 2 bullish candles, and this sets up for like 915, then that's going to make a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Yeah, even if we can get a little retracement, right? A little support here. Push up. Stay consolidating for a little bit. And then close below right in time for 9:15, 9:30. This would be epic. This would be epic to end the week off with. Win, lose, or draw. I'd love to take that. How to start trading breakouts correctly? Just start trading them, you know, and then you'll start to realize, well, that one didn't make that much sense. That one did. That one was okay. I don't really like when it looks like that. Oh my God, I really love when it looks like that. And, you know, eventually you'll learn to trade them correctly through trial and error. That's the work. That's the work of a trader, is just doing all that type of stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to go with range 2 sells. I'm going to just go with clean sells if we get a resistance below 55. Just because yeah. I mean, look at the 4 hour, man. You know, so every single time we came up here on the 4 hour, we tend to basically push back out of there. So that's kind of like what I'm looking at. Got a lot of rejections, so yeah, rejections, rejection, closure below, push down, rejection. So yeah, this whole area right here is just full of 4 hour targets being tapped. What's up, George? I missed you in London today, buddy. I missed you in London. I was hoping you were going to show me a nice, beautiful Greece, you know, background. Maybe, you know, sipping a nice little coconut water. George lives in paradise. My guy lives in paradise, man. SMC trading, I've never studied it. I'm not too sure. Never, I've heard of it, but never heard of it, you know. I'm not familiar with it, no. Smart money concepts. All the schmarty pantses. Hey, whatever works. Whatever works. I think they're all probably pretty good. Let's put it this way. If someone else is getting really good results doing it, then so could you. You know, it's just, will you? And that comes down to doing the work, doing the study, doing the work, talking about what I just talked about. Hey, man, how do you take breakouts correctly? You got to take them incorrectly, you know, for quite a bit of time. And you know, round off the edges and you know, smoothen it out. And, you know, it takes a little time, takes a little tinkering. You got to tinker. Most of them are faking. Yeah, most of them will never trade live in front of you like we do. Most of them are never going to call out trades for you. And most of them are never going to explain in depth why, before we take the trade, on why we're taking it, and then after we take the trade on why we took it and the result of it. No, not many people are doing that. So we were talking about this in London. You know what I mean? it's very easy in this game to be deceived. It's very easy to look at Jimmy Ding Dong's results in Discord, who you've never seen trade live. You've never seen him take a loss. You've never even seen his face or heard his voice before. Yet you're going to compare your trading results to his, thinking that he's like amazing, right? So you got to be very careful with who you compare yourself to. The information that you take in, like it's a sketchy biz, you know, it's a sketchy biz. The magic crystal ball strategy? No, I haven't heard of that one yet. I'll be honest, there's one thing, and you know, I do sell this in my private premium Eagle 4000 course only, but I will tell you one thing that has truly made me profitable over the years is this one thing we call an arrow. And I have this arrow strategy that will blow your mind. You will never take a loss if you know how to use the arrows the way I use the arrows. You'll be financially independent within the next 3.5 hours, and you'll never, ever, ever have to do another thing that you don't want to again. So it only costs 1 Bitcoin. I mean, that's light. It should be 2, but you can find it on the website. The arrow strategy is only reserved for the real ones. No brokies. You guys don't know about the arrow strategy. Clubhouse knows. No, that was on YouTube. Yeah, that was on YouTube. Yeah, we hit the arrow strategy. We gave you a taste of it one time on YouTube. That's right. Yeah, but you know, it's true. It's true. You know, there were times where I was in someone else's Discord, and you know, I'm like, well, let me not pay attention to Raja. Let me look at Jimmy Ding Dong and DM him in Raja's Discord and ask him what's the best way to do it, right? Like, it was just, what was I thinking, right? Sometimes you just got to ask yourself, what am I thinking? Right? Let me not take Raja's advice, but let me take Jimmy Ding Dong's advice, who's in Raja's Discord. Maybe he knows better than Raja. Like, you know, it's just funny. But it happens, and it happens every day. Every day. Hey, yo, whoa. Hey, whoa. Y'all don't know about the alien strategy yet either. This is Clubhouse systems only. You don't even know how we make candles levitate. When we go long, we make candles levitate. Oh, snap. Angelo about to blow stuff. What kind of concoction you coming up with over there, brother? He's lighting the candles. It's over. Time to candle. It looked like Magnus the first night. The first night of the event. Had that boy sleeping. Bro, send me some of those shades. I need those matrix joints ASAP, bro. Send me some. Send a pair. Send a pair. He's setting the mood for a nice W, Louis G. I like Angelo Betts, man. He's setting the mood right now. I see him. I see it. Let's get it. Lower time frame does require way more arrows. Yes. See, that's one of the secrets too. You know, if you don't really know how to use the arrows on the lower time frame, I mean, it can get very, very, you know, confusing. Look, I mean, even Jason, right? My whole life changed when I learned the arrow strategy. I made 9 billion. So just holla at me. You know, it's only 1 Bitcoin. Hurry up and get it before it goes to 2. Wow, this candle's all over the place. Yeah, I see the pack runner there, but I would still advise to wait for a closure. Because remember, what kind of market are we in right now? Right? So we don't really necessarily want to take the onions. Even though the onions could be the candles that pop us out of there, we don't. It's still a 50-50, right? So we don't really know at that point. What's up? What's up, 808? Sup? Sup? What's the drink? Excess. Excess energy. The best. The groomsmith in the house. How you feeling, bro? What up, Spidey? Spidey. What's goody? What's goody? All right, we're moving along this month. Not doing too bad here. Not doing too bad. Let's see what we can come up with here on this lovely Friday. It's been a good start to the month. Been a great start on both accounts. Live accounts eating. Funded accounts are eating. So it's been a pretty good month on both so far. Good first 2 weeks. Considering the traveling and the activity and doing all that, I mean, it's pretty good. No sugar, baby. No sugar. Solo trader. I'm trying to tell him, man. I'm trying to tell him. Solo trader invested the 1 Bitcoin, and look at him now. Dolphins milk? Yes. Yes, we are. Am I copy trading? I'm only copy trading these 3 accounts here. So the other one is just hanging on the side, and it's just like where I don't copy this one, but I do take most of the trades. Oh no. Let's mark it off. Alright, it's a simple game now. It's a simple game. Weekly calendar and TradeZella. That's on TradeZella. So this was actually on Trader or whatever it's called, Project X, Top One's actual account. But the other stuff's on TradeZella. Yeah. What do you mean? How do you show your weekly total on the calendar in TradeZella? You have to go to dashboard. So let me open up my TradeZella here. Yeah, so once you're in dashboard, you'll see, if you just scroll down, you'll see it here. Yeah. Unfortunately, TradeZella and, I mean, this one is more accurate because TradeZella keeps like the Asian session trades for like the day before. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like some of that money should have been on the 10th. Like there's 5 trades on the 9th, but it was like the 9th and the 10th, I guess, combined. I don't know why they do that. Does anyone else notice that with TradeZella? So it doesn't reflect exactly the same on here, because see how this $400 is like tacked on to the other account. So it's, I don't know, I mean the other day. So that's the only thing I don't like, but other than that, it's pretty good. I don't know why TradeZella keeps Asian session. Like let's say we took let's say it was Asian session, the market closes at 5, right? And then Asian session is after that, but TradeZella will classify that as the 9th still. It's weird. It's weird. They should fix that. They should do anything after 5 p.m. Eastern goes to the next day. You know what I mean? That's how they do it over here. Any trades in Asian or London? No, actually, neither. We this is the one we wanted in London, but we had no wick at the top here. This guy right there. All right, so we're staying in the range here. So I think 9:15-ish will probably be the move. 9:15, 9:30. If we can, I like that fact that we're coming up here. If we can now start to fade off, right? Bearish. I think that's going to set up some pretty good sells here today. But, you know, gold has just been moving up, so I'm not trying to predict the top. I'm trying to identify it, right? It's a big difference. Big difference from trying to predict the top and then trying to identify it, right? So we really got to stay stay tight here, you know what I mean, and wait for that closure. If we don't get that closure, we can't take these sells. Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe you guys are right. TradeZilla may go by my computer clock or something. Yeah, that's true. Where do you change that? Sebastian, help me. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Hi Nick, can you please explain, if we break below, what would you then consider as your confirmation candle, as we are technically bullish? Will you first wait for the retest? No, so pretty much what I'm doing here is I've already avoided a couple moves down, right? So we have the first one, I would say, which would be this guy right here, right? Like someone's gonna sell there off of that red candle, right? And that would basically be a range 2. Right, someone also selling here, right? And I wouldn't have taken that because we just never closed below. But more sellers get grabbed up there, right? Their stops are getting annihilated now. So regardless of where their stops are, this candle's job is to take care of business, right? If we're gonna move down. So that candle right there could be the liquidity, which is gonna wipe out all the sellers who got in here and here, right? And they just either had their stop here first and they kept moving it and moving it. Now this guy's gonna come and just destroy everything. And if that happens, then we as patient traders can recognize that, and we can say, hey, that was the purpose of that candle, right? So now if you get a candle closing below, all the sellers have already been wiped out. Buyers are also activated now, right? And then they will push the price down, right? So if we can stay out of both the unnecessary sells and the unnecessary buys, then we know that liquidity on both ends has officially been grabbed and officially stopped out. Therefore, price can flow very smoothly now, especially when you got a clean range to the left and high volume coming in. So right now, that current candle that's moving up could be designed to wipe sellers out, right, and get buyers in. And then if it starts dropping, then we know, okay, the liquidity's been grabbed, that's familiar to us, and now we can step in and, you know, take our trades. So we'll see. You know, it doesn't have to always happen like that, but that is typically, you know, what we see going on, especially when this candle here has no lower wick at all. How many of you guys are getting familiar, right? Is this starting to make sense to y'all? Right? So, you know, you start out learning the playbook and whatnot, but then you start to make sense of these things, right? So it's like anyone actually starting to become aware of why the candles are doing what they're doing, and, you know, almost thinking ahead, right? Like playing a little chess, thinking ahead, like what is the reason for that? Why would it be doing it, right? And then start putting that together. That stuff, like, I don't know. I'm just so interested in that type of stuff. But yeah, we'll see if that's what happens here. Elite call. Yes, let's do it, Sebastian. Let's do it. Let's do it. On the next elite, we'll take care of it. It's the Reaper candle. Is that what we're calling it? Just annihilating all sellers? Who knows? And keep in mind, everything we talk about, everything in trading in general, is probability. So some days it will do it, some days it won't, right? So with this no wick, it leads me to believe that that's what's happening now. And if we end up closing back down here, then the sells will probably come into play. But look, again, it's probability, right? So that could happen most times, but not all the time. And this candle today could easily just right through the computer screen. So that's where patience comes into play, and making sure all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed before you execute. What up, Ray Slay Capital? I like that name, man. I like it. No, I don't need range 2 sells. Nope. Just gonna sells below there. And the buys are clean up until 68. But I need a closure above before I take that buy. Remember, ranging markets, no onions. Breakouts. Yes, tariffs have a huge impact. So today, the probability can go the opposite way, right? So most of the times, what I just talked about happens where you start coming down. If you have something like tariffs or news or things like that, that can skew it up a little bit, right? Or screw it up a little bit, and the probability just goes in the lesser probability. But you know, I still I'm going to stand firm on my analysis here and see if in 8 minutes we can potentially get a nice rejection here. Sellers are certainly out of the game at this point. A little bit, yeah, a little bit of choppy price action this week. There's a few clean days in New York, but London's been super chopped. Asian's been pretty. Asian had some good trades earlier in the week, but yeah, late this week, we haven't really had much. You know, we had no news coming in at all this week, but very little red folders. So I think we had one red folder, which was just unemployment claims. So it's usually on weeks that have no news like that tend to be pretty flat. Can't think ahead, but getting better at time frame correlation. Perfect, perfect. Yep, there's steps. You know, there's steps to everything. So you'll get to this step after, you know, probably after that step. Yes. Yeah, exactly. So if you don't get the counter trend, so yeah, technically from a technical standpoint, we should, being that the daily's bullish and the 4 hours bullish, we should wait for a range to sell below there, right? But again, adding into the liquidity and all that, and then this right here, it would be considered a bit of a range to sell because you wouldn't take the sell here. That would be the first opportunity to take that sell, right? So we wouldn't take it there. We would take it on the next closure below now. So whenever that comes, that will be the range too, right? Because normally if we were just going to take a regular sell, we would take it, like, let's say the higher time frames were bearish, we would look to take that sell on that candle, right? But being that we're going, the higher time frames are bullish, we need to wait for a support to be formed, which was right here, this support. Boom, right there between these two, red candle and green candle. And now we just need to wait for a closure below that support. So it could come the very next candle, right? Or it could come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles later, you know, so that would still be considered a range to sell at that point. Yeah, especially now how you have a new resist. So yeah, that support, this support, a new resistance, a new support. So at that point, I think if we close below here, price is clearly stating, hey, 4 hours in rejection, we can't move up, dailies hit the target, we can't move up anymore, we're coming back down to make that lower wick. So yeah, maybe a little experience comes in too. Yeah, maybe that helps a little bit for sure. So if you're a little confused on that, it's probably normal. Do I still journal my trade setups after this long time of trading? Yes. Yeah, I do. I don't journal emotions much because I'll be honest, I don't have much emotions in the game anymore. I really don't. So I don't get emotional here. You know, this is strictly business. I'm okay with wins. I'm okay with losses. I know the game I'm playing, and I'm not emotional. I just mark up my trades. I make sure I, track everything and make sure I can go back on them and look at them and, make sure I'm taking good, healthy, solid positions. That's it. I go back, review them, look at them, make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to, and that's it. But early on, I did journal emotions and stuff sometimes, but I don't really do it too much anymore. And not that literally, I only don't do it because I don't have emotions anymore. I really don't. Like in trading, I can truly care less if the trade I'm getting into wins or loses. I want you guys to get to that point so bad. So bad. Audio should be good. Yeah, audio should be good. How does one get to that point? You have to finally understand the game you're playing. It's like imagine becoming a boxer, right? And every time you got punched in the face, you're like, "What the heck? Oh my god!" And you lace up your gloves. You're like, "I really don't want to get punched in the face today. I really don't want to get punched in the face today." It's like, dude, well, what do you box? You're in the wrong sport, right? So that's how I was in the beginning when it came to trading. Like, I don't want to lose. Like, what? Like, that's like literally saying I don't want to get punched in the face as a boxer. Like, it's just a part of the game. Like, there's no avoiding it. You know what I mean? So now that you know that, you have to now say, okay, well, I have to get probability to work for me, because if there's losers and there's winners, I need more winners, or I need more productive winners to override the losers, because the losers are no doubt going to be there, right? So that's when you got to get hooked onto the system. And that's why we literally preach it until our like faces turn blue here, right? Follow the system, follow the system, follow the system. If I can give you one piece of advice, just follow the system. That's it, a profitable one. So once you got that, now you got to get the probabilities out, and so you know what to expect. Most people they start trading. Most of you guys trading right now, maybe you don't even know what to expect. You just here winging it. Like, I'm telling you, that will not get the job done. Long term, that ain't going to do it. So you need to, because again, if you don't know what to expect, if you don't know that there's 30 really good losses in your next 100 trades, then when these pop up, you're crying. I need to switch my strategy. I got to go to another streamer. Yeah, everything is everything but you. Right? I got to get, this guy, maybe I'll learn from them now, or maybe I'll learn this strategy or that one. It's like, no, you just need to get your expectations up, right? You need to have proper expectations and know what to expect out of your trading business. That's why when I take a loss, I could easily just brush it off, look at the trade and say, hey, that's a trade I would have taken again and again and again. No biggie, on to the next. And that's where one will sit there, not take any trades, and then get that loss right back. Where another individual who doesn't know that there's 30 really good losses coming up in their next 100 trades, they take 4 in a row, or 4, let's say 3 or 4, and then all of a sudden they're quaking, right? Because they don't understand that those losses are good. They are healthy. They are supposed to be there. So what happens is they tend to overtrade or revenge trade, right? And that also, especially when I would revenge trade, it always went with over trading. I don't know. Maybe you guys are soft, but if I was revenge trading, you better believe I was doubling. I can't just get my loss back. I need the win that was supposed to happen earlier on that trade too, right? Or is that just me? Because I would double up every time, right? So, and it just leads to bad decision making, when you don't know what to expect. So once you know what to expect, once you understand the probability, once you finally get the fact that you will be punched in the face as a boxer, you will take losses as a trader, then you can easily become emotionless. Is that a word? Emotionless? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. So whatever that is, you can now trade without any emotions, right? Do I have emotions? Yeah. But you know what I do? I tend to leave them right outside that office door there. I don't bring any of my emotions into this game when I'm facing the charts. Hello. Morning. If I bring my emotions into the game, that jeopardizes this young man's future. Right? So there's a lot of responsibility to this. What's up, Pablo? What's up, brother? Okie dokie. So, all right, yeah, I mean, the 30's still open, 13 minutes left, 15-minute candle close about 75% through this range. We'll wait on the 30, which is still has no wick. If we still get these rejections here, looking pretty good. Can you please give me a gold trade? Maybe. Maybe. What are you going to do for me? What do you got for me? What can we trade? Gold took 500 from me this morning. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. What's my best advice for a break-even trader? My best advice is to, number one, I have a compliment first, which is excellent job. You've now graduated to a level to where you know how to take good trades and you know how to bring money in. So now that you know how to bring money in, the new skill set is how to keep it. Right, so if you bring 100 as a break-even trader, you're bringing 100 in, but then 100's leaving. So you have to go into all your trades now, aka data, and you got to go look at all your losses. So go look at all the L's that are sitting in there. Loss. Let's just say like there's this many losses, and then you got to identify which ones are supposed to be there and which ones aren't. And then let's say you look at these losses and you go, well, that was a good loss. This one, I don't know why I was in that. I don't know why I was in that. That was a good loss. I shouldn't have been in that. That I shouldn't have taken at all. What was I thinking? You know, okay, that was a good loss and that was a good loss, right? And then you got to go and you got to say, well, how much money did this, and this cost me, right? And then maybe you say, okay, well, that cost me about, I don't know, $70, those losses, right? So now you can bring 70 of that 100 back over here, right? So now you end up making one, or you end up making 70, right, versus being break even. So it's really just about identifying which losses you're taking and if those losses are unnecessary or not. So a lot of times the losses will break the plan, or maybe they won't break the plan in terms of the playbook, but maybe they broke like your risk management plan or something, right? Like maybe you increased size or you did something on those trades that you can learn from. So I would just study the losses, look into the data, and that'll kind of give you your answers. All your answers are in the data. Good morning, Lights Fire. Lights Fire. Yes, we're gonna have giveaway winners. Maybe we'll do it today. I was thinking about doing it tomorrow over the weekend and just sending some giveaways out. So I posted on Instagram yesterday. All you have to do is like and comment on the picture, and we're going to give away 10 50K Combine accounts. So this picture right here, just pull up on it. Not that one. That's me eating a T-bone steak. This one right here. All you got to do is like, comment, and yeah. That's it. We're going to pick some winners. Some winners. Bro got banned. Yeah, maybe we'll do it today. Oh, 1100. Let's go, Salmon. What you want, King Man? Huh? Good morning. Did you lock the door? A lot of birthdays this month? Okay. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, buddy. King man, the kid just want to work. He just wants to work. Winner from Insta comment. Yeah. All you gotta do is comment. So I'm gonna pick like 10 winners from the comment section here. Yeah. What do we got so far? 402 comments. Damn. W. Oh, custom TT pennant. Ooh, set. Don't tempt me. Send me a message on Discord. Don't tempt me. Send me a message on Discord. When will Maverick be the host of the stream? I don't know, man. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. You never know. Maverick just turned 3, so it's almost game time. He turned 3 on Monday. Johnny Gems, how we feeling? Where are you, buddy? He's somewhere in me home. Which room are you in? 3 and 3 years of experience back. Yeah, that's it. He's just 3. Yep, just 3. This gray box here, this is my target. So if I was going to take buys, like what I was looking for any long positions was a closure above the range. So, you know, like right here, you know what I mean? Somewhere down here. So I have more of that range to use to make money in. But we close way up here, so I really don't take those type of trades. But if you look left, you'll see, I think it was on the 30-minute. Yeah, so this level right here, I think it was 15 actually. Yeah, so that's what I'm targeting for the buys. So it looks like we're tapping that target now. Yep. FX golfer though. Where are we golfing? Are we golfing? I'm down. I'm down. Cool, FX lore. W, brother. Enjoy your weekend, all right? Great week. No need to spoil it. My chair? My chair is over here. It's right over there. I'm standing today. I'm standing today. World Woods? No, I never played. Never played. Yeah, maybe a fade. Yeah, I'm still open. I'm still open to potential sells right now up here. So we'll see. We got we're creeping into the end of the hour here. So we got an hour closure coming up. 4 hours still going to be open, tapping into target. So, you know, if we're tapping here with an hour left on the 4 hour, right, and we end up kind of doing some sort of fake out coming back down, then we can anticipate that this 4 hour candle will pull back, and our move will just simply be the closure of the 4 hour candle, right? The pullback maybe from like here to here, and then we're out of there. Go enjoy the weekend. That's it. So we might be going counter trend here today. which we have counter trend. I think the last like 4 trades. So it makes sense. When it makes sense, it makes sense. How are my nerves the first day of live streaming? Pretty good, because there was only about 4 people. We started with I think five people maybe. That was it. All of a sudden I'd be like, so can you explain the breakout position? And it's like, wait, no one asked that in the chat. So I'll just make up questions. It's like, obviously no one said that, bro. There's like four people in the chat. But long before I ever started these live streams, I had done many public speaking engagements and things of that nature. So I was already, primed up, ready to go. Yeah, it was so cool. Like the other day, I just shared basically my entire story. It was me, Magnus, Aaron, and I think John was there. And yeah, me, Magnus, TK was there. And I just whipped my phone out and we just started going through the time. And I just started showing them this, then, like just telling them the whole story, the ups, the downs, everything in between. And it's just epic. It's a crazy story and it's so worth it. And I'm so happy that I listened early on to my mentor when I was a young 21, 22-year-old kid who wanted to just, have a good life. I wanted to change my life up a little bit. And he said, well, if you're going to do that, then you got to stop going out. You got to stop spending money with your friends. You got to stop participating in mediocrity. Otherwise you'll never get by. And he told me, you got to start sacrificing the good life for the great one later. And he said, what he told me specifically was, hey, look, listen, it's going to look like your friends and peers are doing very good over the next 5 to 10 years. But I promise you, if you do the work, if you lock in, if you truly believe in what you're after, when their party's ending, yours will only be just beginning in life. And I held on to those words. I held on, and I was willing to pay that price. I was willing to delay gratify. I was willing to sacrifice a good life for a great life. And, sometimes it gets me emotional because it's like, here I am messing around with my car buddies these days now. And this is like what my younger self was doing, right? This is what I was doing when I was 20 years old. And I love cars. I love that scene. And I put all that off for my dream. My dream was more important than anything, right? Because I didn't want to do it okay. I wanted to do it big, in life. And I knew I was called to do it big. And I put off a lot of those things. I delayed gratified and, could have bought things earlier, could have participated in things earlier, but I just didn't. I just said, hey, he said when their party's ending, mine will just be beginning. And, I look at some of my friends these days and, we're now in our 30s, right? So we're in our early to mid 30s and their party, my friends, are truly ending and mine is just beginning. So I'll say the same words that Mr. V said to me, I'll say to you, sacrifice the good life for the great life. Go after what you truly believe in. Don't settle for mediocrity or conformity. Go after what you want. You could do this thing so big, and when all your friends that you think are having such a great time right now, when their party's ending, yours will just be getting started. Just be getting started. All right, here we are, 9 a.m. New hour candle. The hour candle closed strong bullish right at resistance. The 30-minute did the same. Still got no bottom wick on it. 15-minute starting to slow up, closing below. If we can get a resistance to form here, then we're looking pretty solid, I would say. We got 9:15, 9:30, lots of volume coming in. So we'll see if we can ride the wave and take advantage of it. I started following you back when you were at like 1,800. Wow, amazing. Thank you. I appreciate everyone that's been here. I hope I've added value into your life in some way, shape, or form. I just hope and pray that these streams have impacted your lives, inspired you a little bit, got you better at trading, and just ultimately set you on a better path. That's all. Do I expect for gold to go higher? It could. You know, we're rallying here, so you know it could move up. But again, we are kind of running into these targets now and all that. So I don't really want to take buys at these target levels. I want to see if I can sniff out a really good selling opportunity, take a base hit, and keep it pushing today. Yes, babe. No, that's it. No, I don't know where the charger is for that. All right. Hey, why don't you guys go ahead and... All right. Still strong bullish. Me too. But there's no like signals or confirmations really. We're right at resistance. So I'll be honest. If we're gonna just move up, I probably won't even take a trade today. Right? If we can pull back, create support, that's the only way I take buys. Right? We got to create a new support, and then maybe I can take a buy off of that. But just to take a buy here to hopefully not miss out on that move up, that doesn't really interest me that much. Yeah, I love that. Love it. How do you learn to trade? I'm about to turn 20. I haven't moved forward in life 3 years. Yeah, I mean, like, you just got to put in the work, you know, just like you're going to learn anything. If you were to learn a new language, you got to study. You know, you got to study, you got to work with a tutor, a mentor, some sort of a coach. You know, that's gonna obviously speed your process up. You got to immerse yourself in it, become familiar with the language, and just a lot of hours, you know, a lot of chart time, a lot of showing up day by day and studying, and you know, buying a course or studying some sort of live stream like ours. You know, that's gonna help a lot. Showing up to these live streams a lot. If you show up here for like a week, you'll literally be on a road already, or a path that some people take years to find. So if you show up here for 1 week, no lie, pay super close attention and like truly commit to doing this, you'll be on a path to run. Yeah, if you watch the streams back, you know, go watch the trades back, all that stuff, and then just basically piggyback off of my own experience, ask good questions, you'll speed your process. I don't see why one couldn't get profitable within 6 months to a year. It's very rare that happens, not because it can't happen, it's just because most people hold themselves back. And I was one of them too. You know, I held myself back for like 2.5 years. Not to sound cocky or anything, but bro, just do what I do. Like, I got this game on lock. I've been doing this for 6 years. I know what I'm doing. I take losses, of course, but, you know, we're out here winning. So if you're like brand new, I would just say, hey, just follow the leader. right? Follow the leader, let that rub off on you, and then eventually you get to the point where you say, hey, Nick, I think it might be time to take some of my own trades. I'm starting to understand what you're doing, what you're saying. I'll encourage you. Okay, perfect. So now you go out and execute, without me or without this stream, do the best you can, and then bring your trades back, and I'll help you out. You know what I mean? I'll take a look at them. I'll answer any questions that you have, and try and point you in the right direction. Jay Padron, what's happening, brother? Yo, is Ecom Dre here? It was really good to meet Ecom Dre, actually. I did not know he was going to be at the event, and he was at the meetup, and it was super nice to meet him. I didn't really get a chance to spend too much time with him. He was like 1 minute he was there, and then he was gone. So, but it was good to see him. I don't know if he's here today. And his lady was there with him too. Yeah, show up for a week, pay attention. Like, not even gonna lie, you'll learn so much here. You'll learn a lot. Today's July 11th. 7-Eleven. Ooh, it's 7-Eleven. Maybe we get a free Slurpee today. For all the average people. Conformity. Hey, if you haven't heard the audio by Earl Nightingale, it's called The Strangest Secret. I'd highly recommend you listen to it, and then maybe one day you won't even know what day it is. Did I put the 10th or something, or the 11th, 12th on the YouTube? Is that what happened? Let me take a look. No, we good. July 11th. How come you're saying that? Did I put something that said July 10th or something? Thoughts on NQ? Yes, let's take a look here. Oh yeah, NQ looks great. So it's looking a lot better than gold, to be honest. So I know we're bearish on the 4 hour. We could definitely see a push down, but we are overall in this zone here. Like every single time we came down, we wicked down, bam, right up. Same thing, we came down here, pushed back up, came down, pushed up, came down, pushed back up. So high probability that we can move up if the lower time frames start to work with us here. So I know that there's a range on the 1 hour. There's also a range on the 30. I think if you can get a 30 closure above, I'll probably be interested in these buys too. And it usually takes a lot for me to get into NQ, and I might be open here to taking these buy positions. So yeah, 4 hour coming out of a support zone on the time frame. Daily already tapped support, tapped target. So this would kind of be like a target tapped concept deal. You got super clean range moving up for like 60 pips there. So that looks super clean and it's piquing my interest. The YouTube title, does it? Aha. Voila, fixed. July 11 July. 7:10. Thank you guys. It's already the 12th in New Zealand. You see what I mean? Dates, it's all made up. It's all make believe. Gotta listen to the Earl Nightingale, Strangest Secret. Oh, was married on 7-Eleven. Happy anniversary. Slurpee. All right, we got a lot of volume coming in now, my friends. Lots of volume's gonna hit. Lots of volume. Earl's voice, yeah. Can you identify a breakout from all other candles that broke? Yeah, so you're going to have like candles like in a range that will... Let me try and find a range here that kind of resembles... So like you'll have a range like something like this where price is consolidating, right? And you know, all of these candles broke out, right? They all kind of broke out, broke highs. They moved from the range, but none of the candles actually closed above, right? Same thing here, like, no, this one may not be the best example. Maybe, you know, like, look, you see how you had a candle push out, this candle push out, and then we even drove down there. So usually when a candle closes outside of the range, that's going to be the big, you know, identifier of the breakout candle. So I never get in off of just the wicks breaking. I always wait for a candle to close in my direction, unless I'm taking like an inverted celery or like a fade position, right? Those are the only times that I won't wait for candles to close in my direction. I'll take the impulse, but any sort of breakouts, I never take the impulse. These ones are just too 50-50 for me in my data, so I leave those ones, right? Like this one right here. Like when that candle breaks a high, I never get in, ever. This time it worked out, but a lot of times it'll come right back in the range. So wait for the candle to close in your direction, and then that's going to be your confirmation, and then you could, you know, possibly take a trade on the next one. Inverted onion on what? Wait, and what other one? So celeries and onions are the only ones that I'll take like impulsively. Other than that, I'll wait for closures. Okay, let's see okay, so the 15-minute candle's coming to a close here. I'm very curious to see whether or not we actually close above the range. If we don't close above the range, there may be an opportunity to get aggressive on the shorts. But if we do close above the range, then the only way I can go about it at that point is if so we got 9:30 coming up, right? So if 9:15 to 9:30 can close like that, like a fake out, then 9:30 should set up to come down. So that's the trade I'll be looking for here over the next like 15-20 minutes. The win streak stuff? Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's funny because we went on a little, anytime we take like 2 or more red trades in a row, like losing trades, we always think like, all right, full margin on the next one. But I think last time, towards the end of the month, we had like 3 red days that just came like almost back to back at the end of last month. But everyone was like, hey, full margin now, right? Because very rarely do we lose like a bunch of days or a bunch of trades in a row. But anytime we do, like look at the tail end of last month. Like we were green up until this Friday, and then it was just like boom, 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 like 4 in a row. But then since the 25th, we've been on a heater. You know, so the way my trading typically goes is we'll just be on fire for like a couple weeks, and then we'll take a loss, and then that loss will be followed like by 1 or 2 more losses. I don't know, it's so weird how the losses come in, but every now and then you'll randomly just get some week where we cannot even win a trade, you know. But it only happens maybe 3 or 4 times a year, so you know we could work with it. The red days get rid of the Quakers? Yeah. We took a lot of red days early on. I think that weeded them all out. All right, baby. Can we get back down to 60 and give the TT crew a chance to get on this bus? So 15 closure, right above. So, you know, we're going to wait and see if we can close below here. On the 15, we'll close below on the 30, and then we'll look to have some sell stops to potentially come back down, because it's just too bullish for me to buy right now, and I would need a pullback before even looking for buys. So if I'm going to wait on that pullback for buys, and it happens to be, you know, coming in play right at 9:30, then I'm going to probably get aggressive and try and execute on the counter trend. God bless you, buddy. God bless you. How come I chose this one? Just because it's the most, like, it's the one that actually, like, like has a little bit more depth to it. So if you look left, you want to kind of find like a common area. Does that make sense? You see how you have a strong resistance here, strong one here, you know, this rejection here. So I like to look for like a happy medium. It's one that's been touched more than the others, and that will usually be the one that price respects the most. So now that we're coming into it, could we get a fake out right at it? You know, that's kind of what we're looking for. And then like above that is decent, but you got this little zone here, which is probably going to make that like an observation zone. So if price could wick up to 69.5, that'd be great. Flip, break the highs here, and then come back and close bearish. That should set us up. All the buyers should get activated as we push here, and then, you know, if price starts to come back down, close below on the 15 and the 30, then that means that the 30-minute candle before 9:30 will look like this. All right, so what's the chances that if the 15 closes back below, that the next 30-minute candle, if it breaks the low, it'll rip back down towards 60. Yeah, that's why I put it. Yep. So let's see. Buyers are no doubtably in. Late buyers. Usually anytime I buy up here, I take a loss. So that's the reason I'm not buying up here. And let's see if the buyers that do get in right now end up taking a loss. Because if there's a bunch of stop orders sitting now below, right, all below here, then that's our opportunity. But price will probably push through that so quick and just run all those orders up. Right, and then that's going to be our move. So typically we wait for things like that, and that's why you see us when we get into trades, the trade just moves so quickly right into our favor because we're nailing all those stop losses. You know, that's what's happening while we take the ride down. Always a loss at the top, man. Always. Never fails. But then you missed the move. How do you know to take the impulse and not take it? So if it's a ranging market, I don't take it. If it's, so let's say something like this happens where we're looking for a little bit of a pullback, and let's just say, I don't know, let's just say the next candle closes like something like this, all right, where it has like a steep wick, something like that. Now I know, like, if we break that low, there's a high chance we're gonna pull back. So I think it's, you know, impulse entries they're not easy. You know, it takes a lot of studying for those. So the impulse entries I never tend to take them during a breakout, only during a trending market. Meaning, like, if price is coming down now, boom, 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 like, and then all of a sudden the candle closes like this, where it's bearish, but it looks something like this, right? So I haven't really gotten a candle to close in my direction yet, but I'm still going to take a buy, right? I'm going to take a buy right there on the impulse trade for price to move up. So those are the only times I like taking impulse trades. I don't like taking them out of like a ranging market, only into a trend or a trend up or down or whatever. Does that make sense, Adam? So I like impulse better for trending markets, not for ranging. Ranging is a little bit 50-50. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're turning the direction now. So we broke the highs. The buyers are in. 15 minutes. Got only 8 minutes left on it. So let's see if we can hold off here. And maybe the markets will give us a cookie hero of the day. What do you think? What I think of Alex Gonzalez? I've never heard of him. Or set and forget stuff. I never looked into it. Never even peeped it once. Boom, boom. What's the percentage win rate on the impulse trades? The ones that I take or the ones that I avoid? The ones that I avoid, I haven't sample sized them in a little bit, but when I did, they were literally like 50-50. So that's like flipping a coin. There's no, there's nothing there. But the ones that I take, playbook, inverted celery, 92% win rate, celery 89% win rate, and the fade 94% win rate. So yeah, this is by far the most impressive thing I've ever done in my trading career up until this date, is to have a 92% win rate over 90 trades. That's the most impressive thing I've ever done trading. Literally. Like, what? Like, that's absurd. That's insane. I've never seen any result come out of my trading like that. Them onions be hitting. All right, man. So the move down is happening. Yes, I definitely know how to wait patiently. Yep. And I don't get spooked. Although I want this move down, although I anticipate it, although I know it, I've explained it, I don't get FOMO here. I don't, because I know exactly what I'm looking for, and I'm looking for this candle to close. So that's one of the key pieces of being patient, is to know exactly what you're looking for. Because if you don't know what you're looking for, then you just get in here. And maybe today it'll work, but it might not work tomorrow, right? I want something that could work consistently, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. Wow, right back down. Straight to the TP. %100 discipline? I think sheesh. When was the last time I broke the plan? Is that what you're asking? I can't even remember. Was this a fade position? No, and the reason is because you see how low this wick is? So if that wick was like somewhere here, then yeah, we could have executed. So once that broke the high, we could have executed. But the wick was like much longer, and that doesn't resemble a fade position. Wow, straight back to 60, exactly what we were looking for. 1 5-minute candle. Thank you, Mrs. Lippy. Nah, it would have been a fade if it looked a little bit better, lower wick wise. Right, so let's say you had these candles that moved up like this. Right, if this candle here would have looked more so something like that, where it had a nice small wick on it, and then we ended up breaking the highs and breaking that low, then yeah, but the wick was more like this. Right, so I don't want to enter down here after that bearish candle has already moved so far, right? It's already, now I'm entering. I wouldn't want to do that. Well, we got 9:30, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Oh, Lucas. Oh, where was it? Down here? A little bit lower? Yeah, happens. Makes sense. The biggest losses I take is when I take unclear setups because I don't know where the stop loss. Yeah. That's why I always say wait for familiar price. Familiar price action. If it doesn't look like it normally looks, then don't even bother with it. Some of y'all be desperate though. Y'all be desperate. You'll take anything. It's like 3 in the morning at the bar. The way you gotta show up to the charts. You'll just take anything. What's going on, man? What's going on with y'all? NQ? Yeah, NQ I need a closure. We're most likely going to get an eruption here on NQ. Yeah, come 9:30. So I'm going to pay attention to gold here for just a minute. See if we can get something here. Yeah, Lucas, slow down, slow down. Slow down. Take a breather. You got 2 minutes. Just breathe. Everyone breathe with me. Doesn't that feel good? 30 seconds. Yeah, the 5-minute rule. Yeah, they took it away. Yeah, thank God. My goodness, my prayers were finally answered. Do you even breathe? Yeah, so stop loss. So great question here. So let's map this out here. If we can, if we can close, like, we're going to need to use the current candle, right? Because this one's about like 70 pips. So I like this little pullback here. If we can kind of stay where we're at, we get a top wick somewhere up towards like 66, right? And then we come down. Yeah, I think at this point, we're probably going to look to target this no wick here. Come right into that area. We'll go close partials somewhere along the lines here with this wick fill, and then see if we can get it, or go break even, and then see if we can get it to run. All right, so let's see if we can get a top wick here at a 9:30. Keep a tight stop, current candle highs, and then we'll see if we can make our way down. But we're gonna need a top wick. And then let's see how NQ closed. Did we close above? Holy! Yeah, you see what I mean? We'll get an eruption. Quickly, first 30 seconds. First 10 seconds, my goodness. That was so predictable. How long did it take to control that urge? Oh, a long time. 2.5 years of failure. 3 years of failure, really. Yeah, that stunted my growth for a while. Yep. My bias on gold is not bullish, no. I was bullish, right? But this would be my overall targets on gold for the bull move. Yeah. You got to realize, like, you can be bullish, but you can't stay bullish, right? If the targets have been tapped and all that, like, and just keep trying to buy sometimes, because price is going to need a pullback. So I think if we can get the pullback now, it would be great. But anytime you get a new support here, gold may begin to move back up. So, but we are in an overall, like, just target tapped area, so I don't really like the buys here. We're just too high up to buy at this point. I'd rather look for potential shorts. Yeah. Yeah, maybe buys off support, but I don't know. I don't like the higher time frame area we're in. So if price wants to keep ripping here, then fine, you know, let it go. But I'd rather do what makes a little bit more sense according to technicals and see if we were going to reject here on the 4 hour, reject here on the daily. Because if I was in a buy right here, I'd no doubt be getting out, right? I'd be closing my trade. And I'd be closing my trade. Why? Because I feel like that's the target, right? That from here, we could potentially go down, and that would mean I would lose my profits, right? So that's where I'd be getting out of a buy. So that's where I want to start looking. Do I want to get into a sell, right, in those areas? So it's not looking the hottest right here, but yeah, just gotta wait. Just gotta wait more. I'm not sure we were talking about chat over there, but yeah. And this is why we never take sells when candles don't have lower wicks either, right? Because now look at this. So now if you're in a sell here, you're in trouble. And most of the time, like, you know not to take a sell with no wick at the top, but then you just see it running, and then boom, that's where that urge comes in, and your finger just happens to press the sell button, right? Just by mistake, and then bam, now you're getting stopped out. So it's like, that's why we never ever take sells, or when candles open up with no top wicks, or buys when candles open up with no bottom wicks. It's like a hard rule, right? That will never change for me, I don't think. Right, Raja tends to do that from time to time. I don't, because I know that most of the time that tends to happen. So if you're going to do stuff like that, you got to be very skilled. NQ gone. Yeah, that was gone. Look at that. Boom. Tapped right into target on the decimal. Yeah, that would have been a nice move. Would have been a nice move. It was clean on the 30, but I mean, the whole move was made in 4 minutes. Yes, I agree, Shakes. I agree. Rally. Let's see. Will we break the highs? Let's do a bit of a fresh analysis here, just so we can kind of get things straight. Yeah, so just so I can get them straight here too. So daily time frame, right? So the daily candle obviously is bullish, right? We're moving up. We have no lower wick at this point. So we have no lower wick on the current daily candle. We obviously created support. We've been moving up since then. We came right to this zone. We pushed right through it. Now we're beginning to come right into here, right? So as we begin to approach that target, the question is do we keep moving, right? Or do we start to pull back after reaching that destination? So let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is also telling the same story as the daily now, right? So 4 hour candles have been moving up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles in a row. This one being the biggest one of them all, finishing the job, tapping right into this zone here, right? So the daily and the 4 hour both give us reasons to believe that they have officially made their Friday move, right? By moving up like this in a non-stop manner, right? So now what will tend to happen if we moved up all Asian all London, right? All New York. Now that we're in the second half of this New York Open, maybe this is where we could begin to pull back, right? Maybe somewhere into these ranges here, somewhere along this line. You see how there's a common area here, right, of interest where you have a lot of support / resistance, right? So if we're going to get a pullback, it's most likely going to be coming straight on down there, right? The 1 hour broke the high again. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth potential bullish candle here. 30-minute close bear, right? So 30-minute close is bearish. Now we're starting to get some signs, right? So outside of just the targets being hit, now we're starting to actually see bearish closures, right? So now we got a bearish closure here on the 30-minute time frame. The 15-minute time frame also closed strong bearish, respecting the highs there. And yeah, I mean, this thing looks pretty valid here, right? So I think if we can remain here, we can look to take sells on the very next candle after we make a, let's say we close something like this, right? Like this. Then what we can do is we can say, hey, look, resistance has been formed. The highs are being respected. We're continuing to close bear, and maybe we could finish the job back down towards the bottom of the range, and then that's the opportunity we'll look to take advantage of. So the buys are pretty much off limits for me. I don't want to buy up here. I want to look for an opportunity to get that rejection. If we find that opportunity, we'll execute. If not, it's no big deal either, right? So that's pretty much where we're at. We could also say, hey, you know, we got a new range on the 15. If that closes support, the next 15-minute candle closes below, and then we can maybe find our way moving down. Yeah, but the buys, you know, they already happened. So that's it. That's pretty much what I'm looking at now. Yeah, and I guess technically we could come right up to the 72 here. But I'm very interested to see what we do in this common area, which is right here at 33.69. So let's see how we react. And if we are going to take the counter trend trade, it would probably be better if we waited for a support and then a closure below anyway. And that, you know, it just, now we can't participate at 9:30, right? That's the only thing. We might have to wait for 10:15, but hey, all we got is time. All we got is time. Let's look at NQ here. Holy, my goodness. I told you, NQ is lethal. Lethal. I told you, I said eruption. Oh, we got a bleeder. We got a bleeder. We got a melter here, boys. Yeah, this 4 hour still bear. Daily still bear. Yo. Come in. Oh, 1 second. Okay, okay. All right, gold. Let's go, let's go. Nice. We broke the highs there. We might have a little celery play coming in hot here. Three minutes. So I'm not executing yet. I'm going to wait this 3 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. Goldie, Goldie. What is your background? See? What do you mean? What? My background? My background sees you guys. It sees all you. It's looking at y'all. All right, let's see here. We're rejecting. We broke the highs. 30 minutes, still got a lot of time left and a lot of volume in it. So we'll see what's going to happen here on the 15 closure. We might be able to get this little celery play to work out for us. Yeah, we might get a melter here. What up, Rafi? I didn't even see you there. How you doing? What a trip, Rafi. What a trip. Holy. The Orange Bandit's back at it. Uh-oh. He's doing it bigger and better. He's back at it. Johnny Gems, how you feeling? Paul Washer? Yes, of course, I've watched him. Yep. Good, brother. Great. How are you? Doing excellent, man. Fantastic. All right, Johnny Gems. Call the signal, G. What's it going to be? All right, so I might be interested in adding these sell stops here again. So let's see what we can run into. We broke the highs here, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. All right, let's see if we can get a top wick. That top wick's going to most likely be my stop loss. And I will pretty much keep a tight stop on this, see if we could break the lows and get a nice drive here for the last half of this 9:30 candle. Let's see if we can get a top wick here first. Johnny Gems in the house, literally. All right, my friends, that should do it for me. So I'm gonna have a sell stop. I might adjust this to this current candle here if I'm gonna keep a tight stop like that, and use that current. Let's see if we could pop up a little bit more, so it can leave the trade with a little bit of room, and then maybe I'll adjust it. Mm-hmm. 23. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me, gang. I'm gonna have a sell stop. I'm gonna move it up a little bit. I'm gonna keep like a 25 pip stop, keep it nice and tight here, and then see if we can get a quick push coming down towards 58 here. Tight stops, tight stops. Current candle here. Discipline, yes. Yes. Okay, perfect. Yes, great top wick here. So I think if we can break the lows here in the second half of this 9:30 candle, high chance we continue moving down. We already grabbed the highs up here. If we can start to break these lows, we should be good to push through these wicks and then come on straight down to 58.8 here. Yeah, that'll be my target. How much am I going to risk? I am going to risk about 30 pips, so 30 times 30, 900-ish. All right, let's see if we can get a swift move down here. $30 looks clean. 30 looks clean. The only thing here, the only issue is that we didn't break the lows, right, on this candle here or this one. So this low can come down, respect, and keep going up, right? But that's what we got stop losses for. And, you know, we're willing to take risk. You know, you got to take risk to make money, so. All right, so I think break even is going to be right around this wick fill. Once we kind of push through there, we can go break even, and then we'll see if we can get a little touch down into that kind of no wick area down there. Yeah, nice little push there. Nice little push. We never broke the low. We got to break those lows. Quick little 360 and he's out. Let's get it. Let's get it, bro. Little 360. Little spinneroonie. Took profits at 30. Yeah, we got the wick fill. So that's nice. I'm looking to see if we can come down a little further here. All that for a drop of blood. Just one drop. Bring in the arrows. No. We don't need them. We don't need them. Yeah, I wanted to see a straight push through that wick. Right, so that could be an issue there. We could reject it, maybe not, but that's a good area to go break even. I want to see if we can continue pushing though, because we're getting all this rejection here, right? A lot of liquidity up here. So can we push? Can we push? But if you took your 30, good work, or 20, 23-ish, good job. Yeah, I think I'm gonna set some partials for probably right around that resistance level there. If we can get down there, that'd be great. Stopped in profit. Nice. You're welcome, Lucas. You're welcome. Yeah, if you guys took profits, good work. Good work. Got a nice little wick fill there. Little 2,500. Holy smokes. 10 lots. I forgot to enter this trade on Torah, unfortunately. $260. Nice. Friday price action's wild. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, maybe I could have took a little profit there, but I'm okay. I'm good. I opened 3 contracts. Yeah, 3 contracts. Took my full position at the wick fill. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea. Especially with a Freaky Friday price action. Took 40 bucks. Okay, little 40. Yeah, I might get stopped. My stops are above these highs in the 5. We're about to break them. Yeah, I might get stopped here. Dink. All right, I'm out. So yeah, I mean the wick fill was there. I think maybe I should have took some partials at that wick fill, but it was okay. That wasn't really my plan, so I wanted to see if we can get down here. But congrats to anyone who did take some profits there. See if we start melting now. Missed my TP by 1 pip. That's all right. That's all right. Happens. Yeah, we had the wick fill. We had the wick fill. So you see the reason I got in on the current candle there was so that we could get that wick fill, because there's some times where we used to enter on that candle right there, right? And then you don't see any profits. You don't really get a chance. You're too late to the party there. So being that we entered up here and you did break through or fill the wick, I mean that's where you can get some of the trade, right? But I wanted to see that wick break. I think we could have seen, we have a lot of volume, right? So usually have a lot of volume. Not so much right now. Minute 15 closed bullish. And no, 6 minutes left. What pair is this? This is gold. Goldie, goldie. Close full at the wick fill. Nice, nice. Yeah, nice base hit. That's true, Brad. Very true. Yeah, I think I had like 550 bucks there, so I could have closed it. Could have walked away with like 1,500, but that's okay. You know, I want to follow my plan over just like close because of the profits. So that's all good. Peace out, Dan. Later, brother. Later, later. Yeah, it did benefit me. Yeah, it did. It did. Yeah, I didn't get in on Torah, so we're all right. We're all right there. Move stops to break even at the wick fill. Good job. Yeah, maybe I could have snagged that on a base hit here on the Friday, but it's okay. You know, it's okay. My plan wasn't to close at the wick fill, so I just wanted to see if we can get down to 58 there. I made 16. Let's go. W. You avoided an L, that's for sure. Trade still looks good. We still, you know, we never broke any highs on the 15. It's just a 5-minute high that was broken, so this thing could still push down. Yeah, I wanted some at the wick fill, but I really didn't want to sell myself short on this trade. Right, I was really looking for this lower wick here, somewhere back in that range. So we never really got there, you know. And then once you break that low, it's like, okay, cool. You know, if we break the next one, we're going, right? But, you know, it's either you break it or you reject it. So today we rejected. Will I re-enter? If we get a good trade. We got 4 minutes left here, so it just depends. Maybe, maybe not. 1 hour bearish closure coming up, so we'll see. Four hour? Yeah, looks good. Yeah, it looks like we could reject. So the plan, the direction is all playing out. Now it's always about the timing, you know, the timing of everything and when to snag the partials and when not to, so. Yeah, outside of the wick, that was really the only thing, right? Everything else was a little bit lower to tap, so. Boom, boom, boom. What up, Donald? How you feeling, bro? Later, Daniel. Have a great day, brother. Peace, peace. All right. So 1 hour closures are coming up. So we'll see how this all goes. That trade would be considered like a 15-minute onion more than anything. Like a 30-minute onion, 15-minute celery kind of, but we didn't enter on the celery entry. So I would just say maybe more so 30 onion. Yeah, although it was taken in the last 15 of the 30, I still think it was maybe like you could class it as a 30 onion. Previous candle, I wanted to keep a tight stop, you know, because I wanted to see, can we push through? And if we can, we got the volume, we should be able to do it and not re-break the highs. But today, you know, it didn't play out like that. Will I re-enter? Yeah, I mean, I might re-enter here if we get a strong 1 hour resistance and the 30 closes weak and all that. Yeah, as long as everything closes bearish, then there may be an opportunity here to give it a second shot. The TT code, I think it works on forex too. Yeah, I think so. Yep. Yeah, we got a new 4 hour candle coming up here too. So what are the chances that that next 4 hour candle comes down to give that previous one a low? Yeah, I think you should keep it, definitely. I would keep it. Not, if you have stops that are sitting up here, then yeah. Yeah, this looks good to continue down. By the way, that's also the risk that you run with using a current candle stop, right? So it's fine because it was, you know, a smaller stop, and sometimes you want to get aggressive like that, but just know that that's what you risk, right? So anytime you can use the previous candle, I would advise to, right? In this case, I think it was like 70 pips. Yeah, it was just a little too much. It was like 70, so I didn't really want to use it there. But sometimes, you know, the previous candle will be very nice for you. All right, I mean, we may get a decent closure here. So if we get a top wick, you know, there's a shot to run this back. So we'll see. This is not considered a revenge trade. I don't revenge trade. This would just be considered another trade. So if we hadn't taken that one right there, this would be 100% a trade I'd be looking at. So let's see if we can get a little top wick and then, yeah, possible re-entry here. Yeah, so I'm going to have a sell stop. Another one on the break of the lows there. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a steeper top wick, but if that's all we get, I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, looking clean, actually. You can use current candle too if you like on the 1 hour. Yeah, current 1 hour candle here. I'm going to use the previous and just use the 1 hour stops. Yeah, unless we can kind of come down, come back up. Maybe on the re-break of the low. But right now I'm going to use the previous. NQ buys, let's take a look. Nah. That's support or resistance. Yeah, second chance. Yeah, I think this is a good example of potentially having a second shot here. So we'll see if we get it. If we break the lows, it looks pretty clean to come down. 1 hour lows breaking. The previous candle lows are going to be better because that's where we stopped earlier, right? So we can break our own low here and then just not break those previous lows and just come right back up. So that's what we rejected earlier. I wouldn't want to get in here, reject right there again, right? So I think the previous 1 hour low here helps us out. If we break that low, there's a high chance we move down. I think if we can pop up a little bit and make a steeper top wick, then, you know, maybe we can move it to the current candle like that. Yeah, the difference is 17 pips here, so. Yeah, so now if we do get into this trade here, right? So we got, let's take a look left. So we got a little zone right here. We can use that to our advantage. That's probably where I would close my partials. Or actually, I'll probably close like the bulk of my position there. If we can get a break of this low, we should get a straight run down, right? We've already grabbed a lot of liquidity, buyers and sellers here. So whatever way we do push, it's probably going to push pretty quickly here today on this candle. So yeah, let's just let the 1 hour make a top wick and see if we can get back down towards 52. 52 would be nice. Yeah, I might be interested in moving my entry here as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna move my entry to the current candle high or current candle low and see if we could break that low and just straight shot down here. I'm gonna risk about 37 pips. Yeah, 37. One more shot. One more shot. NQ never closed above the range though. So yeah, until we get above. All right, until we get above here, you don't want to take a buy right there. Still in? Hey, still in. We went a little bit more in profit, didn't we? On that second push down. A little bit. 6K in a week was unheard of. Let's go. W. He's doing the impossible. He's doing the unheard of. What up, Corey? Good to see you, bro. All right, man. Let's see. Current candle lows it is. We'll see if we can get a run out of this. Yeah, stops are going to be current candle highs. Yep. Somewhere around there. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If I, well, let's just put it this way. If I wasn't in that trade earlier, if I was still waiting on a trade, I would be setting this trade up. So if I won the last trade, would I be taking this? No, because I'm already green. But if I didn't take a trade yet and I was just flat on the day still, then I would, you know, have this set up ready to go. Yeah, exactly. That's how you know it's not revenge trading. So if you say, hey, look, I mean, this is a trade. If I wasn't in anything already, I'd be having this sell limit order here right now. That's how you know you're not revenge trading, that you're just following the plan. So if this 1 hour candle closed like differently, then I wouldn't even have this. You could do it, Gold. Joe, what you got there? Okay. Do we need some arrows? We might. We might. What's going on with the physiology in your body? Wait, I don't even know what that word is. I don't even know what that means. Break me down a better word. Oh, my heart rate? Let's see. Let me put the microphone up to it. Can you guys hear it? I wish I had my my stream deck up. Question. Why haven't I entered when it wicked up and broke entry twice? That's just not one of my like entry signals, I guess. Yeah, I never enter it like that way. Any thoughts on Bitcoin? Hold the line and dollar cost average yourself in for a bright future. If everyone blew on the screen, we might get some power. We might get some power from that. I mean, it certainly can't hurt. Got this top one account with code TTE only 45. Oh, okay. Is that the forex one? Yes, I guess TTE is on both of them. I don't know if they gave me the TTE on the other one because I'm like, I'm done with the 5-minute rule. Sucks. Where's John today? John's here at my house. So that's why you haven't seen him. He's legit in the building. What type of entry is this on the playbook? This would be considered like an onion play. An onion play. So if you go over to YouTube, you'll see on the playbook video. I'll show you which one. Oh, this is today's live stream. Let's go back here. Playbook. So this would be considered the onion play. So I drew it out here in a bullish idea, but you see how price went up, came down, created support, boom, take a buy. So same deal goes for the other way around, right? We're just taking it from the top side to see if we can sell it here. So, yeah. Yeah, the 5-minute rule is whack. That was the wackest rule I've ever seen in trading. So I'm happy they got rid of it. John drinking all my excess? Nah. Nope. John respects the schmear. Yeah, John's right here. He's going to say what up to you guys.
Yo, what's poppin', chat? How y'all doing, fam? Feeling good? Ready to execute playbook setups here. This is looking really nice. Really nice. Like this a lot, but what's good, y'all? Hope y'all are doing good, feeling amazing. Following your plan today. Just wanted to come in and say what up. Yeah, I'll be back in my house next week, so I'll be back. I'll be back on the regular next week, right? But yeah, good to see y'all. Yeah, we break the slow, man. Looking good to come back down. This 30-minute candle not having a lower wick either. Looking at that, man, maybe we come and make a lower wick for that candle. Off this resistance here. I know the 4-hour was tapping that target, right? Yeah, so it's looking good. 4 hours still not much of a lower wick. I like this. like this. Let's see here. Yes, literally in the building right now. Yep. Just do it, Goldie. Facts. Facts energy. No more deleting last 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes of the 15-minute, right? 30-minute candle and 1 hour candle are still open. Excuse me. And so the 30-minute 1 hour looks super clean to move down, and they still got 47 minutes on the 1 hour and 17 minutes on the 30-minute, right? So 30-minute 1 hour are technically, you know, like a bit of a stronger confirmation time frame than the 15. So like I think we can still base this off the 30-minute, you know. So I don't really think that rule could matter here. Since 30-minute and 1 hour still open, they gave us healthy top wicks. I think if we break those lows, it's looking good to move down. So let's see. What's up, DJ Scratches? What's good, my man? Yeah, give us the biggest melter of our life here. Let's see. Might get activated. Looking good. Nah. Melt, Goldie, melt. But yeah, Chad, I just want to say what up. Say what's good, everyone. Wish everyone a happy trading day following their plan. I'm going to hand the mic back over to Nick, and may the probabilities be in our favor here on this trade, all right? I'll catch y'all. Have a great weekend. Stay blessed. God bless y'all. Peace.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, John. How you guys doing today? My voice got a little deeper. Step up to the mic and tell you how I feel. I know you guys haven't seen me in a while. I've become a man. Does John's voice get deeper, or is it just me today?
I'm a grown-ass man.
It's not pre-New York. Man, my voice been shot all week. All week. I need a nice weekend of no talking at all. Melt, Goldie, melt. Let's see how that 15 looks. Yeah, 15's closing bullish. 30's still open. I'll probably hang on to this sell stop for a little bit because this is a 1 hour idea here, so it might take a little bit to play out. Green, I'm about to unmod you, bro. Hey, Z Gamer, take care of this guy. Mods, get him, sick him. Green, all I gotta do is say the word and it's over. It's over. We'll annihilate the MG. Oh wait, he's no longer MG, he's just green now. Ah, I see. Oh, George, we'll annihilate you too. Green and George might have to get it. Wait, hold on. All the mods are going rogue. Whoa. Angelo Betts, get in here. Oh, you don't want to mess with that man right there. He's a bad boy right there. Green, I'll get Angelo on you, bro. It's the rising of the mods. Oh, snap. He don't want the smoke. Tell him, Angelo, they don't want the smoke. They don't want the smoke. Hey, hey, they don't want it. They don't want it. Oh, snap. The mystery arrows, they might be coming out, honestly, pretty soon. These fellas don't want a cannon. Oh, baby, are we going to get activated here? Can we get a 1 hour drive? Let's see, let's see. Bump, 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 bump. Can I come to Nigeria? Ooh, maybe. I'm sure I can get there at some point. The arrows? Alright, let's bring them out. Arrow Sassy! Send your warriors! Hold on, we gotta put them here, right? Just go down. Arrows activated. The arrows have been activated, chat. Let's bring them in. Let's bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. It's hard to yell when the arrow's in your mouth. Let's go. Can we pop? Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Can we get a schmelter here? 1018. We got some volume. I'll tell you what, if we break through that previous 1 hour low, it should really go. Yeah, I want to see this lower wick. Plus there's one on the 30, right? Yeah, right here too. Respect the highs. Spartans. All right, so my entry's at the current low. Yours, you can put yours on the previous low. We haven't broke those lows just yet, but I'm gonna trust in the 1 hour candle here. So if we can start moving down, breaking those lows here, I think we can get a nice little push down out of this move, and probably come at least somewhere down into 58 there, which is where I will look to maybe close some partials and then see if we can get all the way down towards 52. So we got to break those lows. If we don't break those lows, we're in a bit of trouble, but let's see if we can do it. Let's see if the 1 hour has got what it takes. Don't push the arrows. No, 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 no. Back down, back down, back down. Let's see. Quick gander at NQ. Yeah, still nothing. Still no closure above. Still no closure above there for NQ. Still no break of the low on gold. Boom. Yeah, I think my stops are probably going to be like 15-minute highs here. Somewhere over the 15-minute. Yeah, something like that. That's all we got. That's all we got. 1 hour highs, current candle. Can you?
Like over here.
No, not the kiss. Not the kiss. More arrows. More arrows. More arrows. More arrows. More arrows. More arrows. Do we have to bring in the yellow ones yet? Colors, please. All right, we need the big backup now. We're going to need some backup. We need the yellows. We need the yellows. All right, Goldie. Get out of here. This actually may, I'm trying to think, 12 plus 15. This actually may jeopardize my account here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to add this though on my Torah account too. I'm not in yet. I forgot here, so I'm going to add it on the break of the lows. Melt, Goldie. It is. It's melted. Boom, 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 boom. Stay down. Stay down. If the only thing I would say is if you can use previous candle, then maybe try it, but don't over leverage or over risk your account, you know, to do it. Check. Arrows. Arrow Sassy, give him the whistle. It's melting up. I know, it's melting upwards. Is there a monthly fee on top one? Yeah, if you don't pass it in the first month, then you have to, the fee that you pay in the beginning is the fee that you pay monthly. But it's nice, you know, because you can get like 100K for like a little bit over $100, as opposed to with forex you get a 100K account, but you spend like, you know, $500. So I think it's better trading the futures because you don't have to pay as much on the front end, and any other money comes in like every single month. So I think it's better, a little bit better on the pocket too. I'm going short. We just got tapped in here, so let's see what happens. We're using the current candle highs as our stops here, so. Yeah. 5 minute looking promising. With all those rejections, we're at. Yeah, we're in a tough spot here on the 5 now. Am I copy trading this? I am on my futures accounts. I actually did not take the trade on Torah, my live account. More arrows. More arrows. What color do we bring in? What color worked really well last time? Was it red? Stay away. Stay away. Don't touch. Don't touch. Bring the big red one in from up top. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away. Dun, 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 dun. Stay away, buddy. Stay away. Down, boy, down. Blow on it? The arrows will do the trick. If the arrows can't do it, then nobody can. Previous 30-minute wick. Yeah, the wick got filled, right? Yeah, let's see if it stays away. Stay away, Goldie. Let's go. Get away. Arrows, push it down. Can someone take a buy? Some unlucky man out there, just take one for the team. Come on. One of you over traders, get in here. Just press buy for me real quick. One of you unlucky son of a guns, take a buy. Risk it for the team, man. All right, I think we need more red arrows. Get away. Put more. Put more. We need more. Gang, I need you guys to put red arrows on your chart too. Bro, what is that? What's going on? Last 2 minutes of the 15. Oh, baby. Ugh. Should we remove stop loss until the 15 closes? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's go. We need a rejection here. Oh, look at that 5. Let's go. Break the lows. Oh, you got to love this trading thing, eh? I'm not going to lie. Those arrows look strong, don't they? Yeah, if that closure above goes down, we're donezo. Let's go. Break the 5 lows. Start heading down. Get away from me. Ah, that's all Johnny Gem's fault. Wow. Johnny Gem's distracted me there. All right. All right. Well, we gave it a shot. We gave it a shot for a second chance on the 1 hour. I thought that was pretty clean. We knew we had some trouble entering before the wick broke, so that's fine. You know what I mean? That's part of the plan, part of the game sometimes. We'll take our L here today and just keep it moving. I think both trades are pretty good, and let's end the week right there. Let's end it. Next 2 minutes, I'm out. Yeah. I'm curious to see if we close it out a wick or what we do there. But we'll review all these trades on Monday. We'll go into them when there's less, less emotion, less stuff going on. We'll take a look at this trade. I think it will look good. 1 hour candle looked pretty good. We broke the lows. We got a tap kissed in, and that was it. Yeah. So let me just mark that up. Boom. Boom, boom. Bam. All right, cool. Okay, so that's it. Unfortunately, gold rallies today, and no sells, no pullbacks, no profits. But for those of you guys that did take profits on the first trade, congrats. And we'll move on here. You guys want to do the giveaway? Yeah, I'm gonna do the giveaway. It's not gonna be on stream. I'm gonna go through it and I'm gonna pick you and DM you. Yeah, we're gonna do 10 giveaway winners. So I guess we could do it on stream, right? And I'll just DM you. Yeah. Yeah. How do I load all the comments? Can you load them all here? I never used a desktop. Oh, right here. Oh, we gotta pop it all out. We gotta pop it all. This might take a little bit of time. Might take a little time. Let's see. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to do it on stream or off stream? You just get a random DM from me. On or off? On or off? I might be down to do it off stream. Yeah, off stream might be better. On, off, on, off. Oh, snap. We got on, off, on, off, on, off. On, off, on, off, on, off. Yeah, let's do it off stream because I got to pick 10 people here. And I don't even know if all y'all are here. So I'm going to just DM you if you're the winner. We got 10 50K accounts. So I'll give you guys a little bit too. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me here on IG. Go to this this post right here and just like it and comment on it. And then in about an hour, you'll receive, if you're the winner, a DM from me and a 50K combine account. All right, we'll do it off so I can take my time with it. But yeah, go follow me on Insta. Go to this post right here, like it, comment, and I'm going to pick 10 winners. 10 winners. All right. All right, it was a great week. Friday, we're going to end it red here, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll come back to trade another day and another week, and we'll be back at it. All right. All right. Cool. Love y'all. Hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the weekend. I'll see Clubhouse. I'll see you guys on the Webby tomorrow. We'll do like a fresh weekly review. We'll go over some of the trades, Q&A, charts for stream, all that stuff tomorrow. So for those of you guys in the Clubhouse, I'll see you tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. Everyone else, I'll see y'all back here on Monday. I hope y'all have a blessed weekend. Blessings to you and your family. Deuces, my friends. Enjoy it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Later, gang. Lock it in.
Watch how I be clocking it. Got the Holy Spirit on the stage when I was walking in. If you got a problem with me, you gon' have to talk to him. Big facts. This little heaven off a big stack. So that Range Rover Deuces, I don't miss that. Had to get on my excuses on a diss track. I be walking where the truth is. Ain't no zigzag, no more. Tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get up high is if you get down low, ayy. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around to see how hard it drop. Drop, just kill the beat. It's a whole song about humility. I stay clear where the ceilings see, cause I know that's where many other villains be. Me and my fam try to keep a low profile. Head stay straight, don't worry about a profile. Can't burn out when you keep it on the low dial. They say no, wait, now they saying oh wow. No more, oh, tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get up high is if you get down low, ayy. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around to see how hard it drop. Okay, yeah. Hey, how you start is how you finish. Like 9 to 5, we stand on business. Just to catch up, you gon' need a village. Okay, we got no limits, huh? We got no limits, huh? Yeah, I put on my J's, you already know the dealer. But this ain't a game, this is life, this is a killer. He'll try to trap your soul, I ain't talking Bryson Tiller. But really he's a dog standing next to a gorilla. My ability to go grill a beat is from Elohim. Ain't no competition in my game, it's just me on me. And this composition ain't for fame, it's for G.O.D. Tell the devil go back where you came, cause we walking free. Hop on the stage and I'm ready for war. I'm not the same person I was before. I see revival breaking on the floor. I pray it makes its way out of the door. In Jesus' name we breaking out of Hades. I might be doing this until I'm 80. I leveled up all the way just to say that ain't how you start, it's how you feel.